Hello, Frank here. It is Monday evening, October the 28th. At Crypto Pros, we have three types of ads on the website. We have text ads, and there's platinum text and bronze text, but the text ads are the same. The way you submit them are the same. We have platinum 468 by 60 banners and bronze 468 by 60 banners. And the only difference on those is how long, the platinums are active as long as the membership stays active. The bronze, banners, they expire after 14 days. And then we have a login ad. So the way the system is set up, the text ads are auto approved, meaning I don't look at them. It's up to the member. They're very simple. You enter 3 lines of text and you enter the URL where you want someone to go if they click the ad. So it should be simple. We auto approve them. But on the banner and the login ads, I manually approve all of those. And I'm deleting or rejecting, I guess is the better word, probably from 10 to 20% of every ad that's placed because it has an invalid image URL or the ad is the wrong size. The only size banner ad we have is 468 by 60. You can't people can't submit a 125 ad. They can't submit a full page ad. It has to be 468 by 60 or in that same ratio because what happens if I approve it, the system will resize the image to 468 by 60. So if it's a square ad, then it's not legible. Now, if it's a 728 by 90, it's the same ratio, then I can approve it. So so what I thought I would do is I've got about 20 ads, banner ads here ready to approve. We get on upward of 400 to 500 a day submitted. And I've got a few login ads. I haven't looked at these, but I thought I would just go through the approval live. And we'll see, because typically out of 20 or so, there's going to be a good percentage that are bad. And maybe you can see why they're getting rejected, and hopefully that will help, be able to submit them correctly. As I've said over and over again on the post in the Facebook group, use the preview function. And if you see the ad, the image there, then you know the URL is good. But, you need to understand what size, and hopefully when you see me approve some of these or reject some of these, it will help you understand how to submit them correctly. So let's just start at the top and we'll work our way through. Okay, so this is the first one, and right away I can tell you that is not an image URL. I don't really know what that is. It's actually hosted on Google Drive. Google Drive is not a host. Google Drive is a file sharing, is a shareable file on your desktop, and it's part of Google. So you can't host an image on Google Drive and use it anywhere. Not here at ProPros, not any site. It will not work. And you can see the image does not display, so it gets rejected. We'll go to the next one. It's also Google Drive, rejected. The next one, this one's hosted on Google Drive, so it gets rejected. This one, Google Drive, rejected. And these are probably the same person. It looks like they are. Google Drive, rejected. Google Drive, rejected. And one more Google Drive, rejected. That's all of that person's banners. So they just got all of their banners. So as I talked about how they waste their time and my time, had they used the preview function, they would have seen there is no image. And so why submit the ad? If they can't see it, I can't see it, it gets rejected. As I said earlier today, that's a waste of their time and a huge waste of my time. And it's just simple common sense can correct that problem. So let's go to the next one. And again, this one, obviously, I don't know what that is, but it looks like a link to the back office of My Ads Factory. And obviously, no one can see anything in the back office of any business. That's not an image URL. So we're batting 1,000 here, all getting rejected so far. Hey, we got a good one here. So this is a .gif. So a good rule of thumb is if your image URL ends in a .gif, a .png, or a .jpg, it more than likely is going to be good. So it gets approved. So we got our first one approved here. That's good. And another one, approved. So all I look at is if we've got the right size image, I don't pay attention to anything else. It just automatically gets approved. As I said, I've got upward to 400 to 500 of these a day to go through. I don't waste time looking at them. Either the image is there, it's the right size, or it's not. Approved. Approved. And again, here's someone that put the referral link for both. So another good rule of thumb, if the URL you use is the same for your site and your image, then either you've got the wrong site or the wrong URL for the image there. They cannot be the same, so that gets rejected. That's good. And another one, it's the same URL for both, so obviously it's the referral link for both because it's got a ref in the URL there. It gets rejected. And another one gets rejected. So as you saw here, I got one more to go. That's good. And this one is, I don't know what this is, so obviously that's not an image URL. I don't really know what that is, but it gets rejected. So out of 20, I think I approved maybe about 75% of those were bad. So that gives you some of my frustration with trying to get people to use the ads. I really don't know how to make it any clearer what we need to do. If all these people would have used the preview function, because in that situation, no one submitted the wrong size ad, they just submitted bad URLs. Had they used the preview function that's there for that purpose, they would have known that their ad would have gotten rejected. So that's all of the banner ads. Let's see if I got any login ads to approve. So I got 5 login ads, and we have the same problem here. Now, a login ad, the way our system is set up right now, and possibly in the future we may look at changing that. We got some other things to do first. Possibly we'll change that. What I would like to do is eventually have it just go to a website and show the website page, whatever URL you put up there, for probably 15 seconds and then auto direct to the back office. But right now, that's not the way our system is set up. That's kind of on my to-do list down the road. Once the programmers are caught up with some other stuff, we get the traffic exchange and a few other things done and get moved to the new server. A lot of things like that, then that's on my long-range to-do list, is to have the login ads rework. But for right now, the login ads, they convert great, but you've got to submit 2 URLs. One, the destination URL, which is usually a referral link, and then the image URL. And the image, in this case, can be any size smaller than 600 by 600. That's the maximum size it can be. Ideally, 400 by 600 looks great. A lot of people just submit small banners. That's probably not the best thing to do, but the ones that get the highest conversion rate, upward of 20%, are submitting an image that is, really attractive, captures the person's attention, and it's a larger, less, around 400 by 600 or even a 600 by 600 image. So let's see what we've got here. We got 5 ads. Let's see how well we do. We didn't do too good on the banner ads. Let's try the login ads. And the very first one, you can see the person submitted their affiliate link for both. So there is no image. I'm not going to approve it because someone's going to log in, see this ad, and see a blank screen. And again, that looks pretty bad. So it gets rejected. The next one. Again, now I just created a video about how to use Imgur, and it obviously I highly pointed out this is what's called the direct link. The direct link will not work. If we click on this, I'll show you why. This is the image, but it's the image on a web page at Imgur. It's not the raw link. You need the link that ends in a .jpg, the .png or the .gif. If you have that image, then it will work. This one will not work. It is actually a web page, not the raw image URL. So we're going to get rejected. This one, it's good, but again, I would not be submitting a 468 by 60 banner for a login ad. This one, I'll prove it because it's going to work, that's going to get a very poor conversion rate because it's a tiny little banner on a full web page by itself when someone logs in. So we're going to approve it. I wouldn't do that, but that gets approved. So here we go. This is better. That's more like it. That's kind of what you want to submit for a login ad. I don't know what size this image is, but it's definitely looks like it's square, probably about 400 by 400 or maybe 300 by 300, but it works, so it gets approved. And we got one more. Let's see what happens here. And the last one, again, that works. It gets approved. So I hope you can see some of my frustration with the login and banner ads. And hopefully by seeing and hearing me kind of talk through why they're getting rejected, if you're one of the people out there that's getting your ads rejected, hopefully you get to see this video and you'll understand why. Use the preview button in the back office. That's why it's there. If you can't see the image, don't submit your ad because it's just going to get rejected 100% of the time. If you see the image and it's large on a banner, it's going to get rejected. The banner is 468 by 60. That's the only size banner we submit. Don't submit a 250 by 250. Don't submit a 125 by 125. They will get rejected because if I approve them, the site is going to resize that image to 468 by 60 and no one will be able to read it and no one's going to click it and it's going to look bad on the site. So anyhow, that is what I'm going through on all of the banner ads, and I understand a lot of people are getting frustrated because their ads are getting rejected, but they're being rejected for valid reasons. So just make those corrections on the members end if you're one of those people getting your ad rejected, and they'll begin to get approved, and you'll be happy, and I'll be happy, and you'll begin to get clicks on your ads and get the value for your product. Thanks. Bye.